What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're gonna talk about defensive player of the year. As you guys know, I love defense. I love guys that care, play with effort, passion, hustle, and really do the best they can for their teammates. And this award is one of the toughest to win. This is an award that a lot of people feel hurt when they come up short. Most players never get it. Some players love that they got it. And some players like Gobert done got it multiple times. And it's going to be in the conversation to win it again. We'll see if he gets it. But I'm going to split it up a little different this time. We'll talk about perimeter and interior defenders who should be in the conversation. And then I'm going to ultimately pick who I think is going to be the winner. When it comes to interior defenders, I think it'd be the same bunch. You need good team defense. And on top of that, you need to be a great individual or help defender if you want to be good patrolling the paint, rotating, covering, and protecting the rim. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been in that conversation, has even won this award before. And I think that with Mike Budenholzer and the wings that they have on that team, then the athleticism, the mobility, and the effort that he plays with, that's what you need to win this award, and he has done it. And I think he'd definitely be in that conversation because the team will play defensively well. Plus, Giannis has always been a good help and rotation defender. He's long, he's lanky, has good IQ, understanding of the game, and really plays hard. You need players that care. You need players that want to, make an impact. He has some big plays in the playoffs. Same with Drew Holiday. And you need these two guys to be good defensively if you want to win a lot of games and have another chance of winning the title. Obviously, when you look at perimeter defender, Drew Holiday has been a guy that I consistently vouch for defensively. He got an All NBA defensive team, and then he really stepped up in the playoffs, getting a lot of steals, getting blocks, rotating, hounding people, getting up into people, and just making it even hard to get to a screen. You need those type of guys that really want to buy in and really want to defend. But these guys have the athleticism and the length and the size, and they use it to the best of their abilities. That's why Giannis and Drew Holiday has been a great tandem defensively. I love when they traded for Eric Bledsoe, and they was the number one team in the NBA. But I also loved it more when they went all in on Drew Holiday, and it helped them get a championship. And I think that if you have one on the perimeter, one in the interior, and you still got Chris Middleton, you're going to have one of the best defenses, and you're going to have two of the best players on the perimeter. You have a legitimate shot to be dangerous. That's why the Bucks are always in that conversation for best team in the league, if not the best team in the regular season, just because they care on both ends of the court. Draymond Green, we seen that he was in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. I had him in that conversation, especially when the season ended. The Warriors turned into more of a veteran team, and they really thrived on defense just because they had to figure out a way to win games. And they had the athleticism, they had the mobility, and they had Draymond Green. Draymond Green is a great communicator. He's a guy that really understands the game, where guys' tendencies are, how to rotate, how to help, where to be at, and what they're trying to do. He will reach in there and get steals. He will play in the passing lane, and he will just tell you where to be at and how to defend it. And that's also good communication just to help cover for your own teammates, knowing that I got your back, and you don't really have to do much because do what I tell you, and we'll be straight. And that's just why he's amazing. People wouldn't put him in that conversation. I had to. And I'm glad that he ultimately finished as the finalist just because that's very, very important to being successful. And he has won titles and he has won this award. And it shows you how great of a mind that he has for the game to turn a team that nobody looked at as a team that could be a great defensive team. But when Draymond Green was locked in, engaged, and he actually cared, which I don't believe he did the season before, look at what they became by the end of the season, and they ultimately had a legitimate chance to make the playoffs. Now they got a little bit more firepower. Maybe if he can drive that defense and really get everybody on the same page throughout the entire game or throughout most of it, maybe that's enough to get them in this time, and that could be a good look for them. I also will put in Rudy Gobert. I love me some Rudy Gobert. I always pick him for Defensive Player of the Year or put him in that conversation. Honestly, he has won it or been runner up. That's how good he has been. The Jazz has been one of the top, if not number one, defenses every single year that he's been a main factor, and he deserved his money. Not only does he help other guys become better, he has become a walk-in top 10 defense by itself. How many players can you say that about when you know you don't really have any great perimeter defenders at all, and you still one of the elite defensive teams every year? It just shows you how great he is at protecting the paint, controlling the middle and the nail, while also still trying to keep guys at bay at the perimeter. Even though that is not his job as a center, he still shows effort to still do his best, and he is one of the better perimeter defenders as a center, in my personal opinion. And ultimately, his rebounding. He has become a better rebounder, has become more physical and played with more force. That's something that he has evolved into now. Defensive rebounds is key to ending possessions, and he has gotten better at that. So to me, he's always going to be in this conversation if he's healthy. That's what you paying him for. That's what you need him to do. He's elite. He's a specialist, and he's the best rim protector in the league still. You definitely got to put Joel Embiid in that conversation when he's healthy. He has been a huge difference maker as a defender. He definitely will be in that conversation this year. Philly would rely heavy on him, especially if when they lose Ben Simmons. Every player that they've been keyed to trading for are worse, significantly worse defenders than Ben Simmons. So it's going to take more for Joel Embiid to cover and help cover up that paint. Just because if guys is consistently blowing past you on the perimeter, you're going to have to clean it up or contest it. He might get injured because of it. He might be a little bit more exhausted because he got to do that and carry the offense. But he's getting paid big dollars. They just gave him the extension. He is the franchise. He is the process. This is what he signed up to do. And if he's able to do it, he's going to be in that conversation. Marcus Smart will be starting this year. More minutes, more time, more chances to be Defensive Player of the Year. He has been known as a great defensive player coming into high school, going into college, and even in the league, even grabbing some team votes. And I think that he should be in that conversation. They're going to be relying on him a lot more. You got Brown, you got Tatum, you got some rim protectors and some good solid defenders in the paint. If he can stay on top of his man, guard multiple positions, and just literally go out there and try to out hustle and outplay people, that's just going to be a huge key. If you can't score, you got to make it up in other areas. He's a great glue guy, and he's a great communicator too. But his effort and his passion is really makes Marcus Smart stand out defensively because he cares a lot more than other people. The problem is he was a little bit too risky, a little bit too gambly, and a little bit too undisciplined the last couple seasons, and that's why he hasn't really got a lot of love defensively. I think that changes this year now that he's a starter. Now that they're going to believe and need him to do more, it's time for him to go back to being an elite perimeter defender that can be dangerous, guarding anybody. We're going to need it, and hopefully he can bring it. And also, I want to bring in Jimmy Butler. He coasted a little bit because of injuries and stuff, and I think that once he got locked in and engaged, he was one of the better perimeter defenders by the end of the season. I think that he should bring that mentality. They got more problems fixed on their bench. They got Eric Spoelstra. They have enough talent defensively, adding in Kyle Lowry to be one of the better defensive teams from start to finish. I think Jimmy Butler always calling out people, always demanding people to be great, always demanding people to play their best. He has a team and an organization that believes in the same. They have enough to be dangerous, switchable, and even guard defensively one-on-one. Jimmy Butler is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. I don't see that changing this year. He's definitely going to be in the conversation if he's locked in and engaged like he's been in the playoffs. Hopefully he can bring that throughout the entire regular season this time and really put himself in the conversation for first team. And Ben Simmons is a guy I'm going to pick as the winner. I look at everything that he's been through, everything that he has done. This guy has been such a terror defensively that he has took all stars, even in the playoffs, out of their game, out of their comfort zone. And on top of that, he has finished runner-up. Ben Simmons was not known as a great defender in high school. He was not known as a great defender even in college. He is known as an elite defender in the NBA. That shows his work ethic. That shows his growth. That shows his improvement. He can guard multiple positions, big, small, little, centers, protect the rim, keep guys at bay, fight over screens, go through screens, rotate help. Protecting the rim is something that he got to master if he's going to play that 4/5 as a small ball center or a small ball big. If he really wants to become Defensive Player of the Year, once he gets traded, I know he's hungry. He's going to lose money. I know he's going to be motivated. He's already been frustrated that he's been runner up to this award, getting a fresh start to prove the doubters, to prove the haters, to prove the naysayers wrong again, which he has done the last 2 seasons, being All NBA defensive first team the last 2 years. I think that he'll be fine. He needed the motivation. He needed the hate. He needed the non-believers. He needed something to really get in his mind to push him to really strive to be the best Ben Simmons. I feel like I love what he has done defensively. I'm very, very proud of him. Once he gets a new start, once he gets a fresh start, I think he's ready to go. He just got to get out of the Philly. He will get his wish. It will happen. We all waiting to see where he will go. Teams do want him. Teams do want to get him in. And I feel like through all the things that he went through all the things that he's been hearing and seeing, we might see the best Ben Simmons. And now this is the best time to do it. You came very, very close multiple seasons to winning this award. The hate is only going to drive you to do better. It's only going to push you to do better, especially when you get guys that believe and want you there and need you there. And he will get that when he leaves. Shout out to Ben Simmons. Stay strong, stay believing, stay grinding. I see the growth and improvement that you have shown, especially on the defensive end. And I like the fact that you really want to be a great defender and you really want to take the best challenges and you really want to go out there and take guys out of the game. And you have done that throughout your career, especially these last 2 seasons. And I think it's time for you to finally win this award. Put the work in, put the effort in, take the hate, turn it into love for the game, turn it into passion to be the best defensive player that you can be. You haven't been that before. You are one of the elite perimeter, if not the best one in the NBA now, which is definitely true at this point. Why not just be the best defensive player in the entire league? You have the capabilities, you have the talent, you have the athleticism and the size and the strength. Why not just show all the haters that they wrong again like you did the last 2 seasons and become the best defender in the league? It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. But the only way you can accomplish it is by putting in the work and grinding. You went from being a okay defender to the best perimeter defender in the league. That's all because you had work. That's all because you grown. That's all because you improved and you have love for the game. It's clear because you've been runner up the last 2 seasons basically, and you have become the best perimeter defender in the league. I got love for you. I see what you're going through. I hope you can get through it. I'm hoping that you do get traded this year, hopefully within the next couple of days, so you can really show the Ben Simmons that we all need to see just because I'm rooting for you. Do your thing, Ben Simmons. I see you. I know you wanted me to vote for you last year, but Gobert a monster. He's a monster, but you was in that conversation like you was the year before. Why not win it this year? I'm behind you. Do your thing, Ben Simmons. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, signing out.